Hey, what's up guys? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It goes by the name Lucas the Traveler. If at all the first time you are coming across my YouTube channel, consider to subscribe, like the video, always turn on notification guys. And today's video is coming live and clear from this particular point here. Talking about Kenya, Eastern Africa. And my home is just located at the border of Kenya and Tanzania, to be specifically Nyabohansi. That's where actually I come live and clear. And today's guys, we are going to deal one-on-one with the jiggers that are dealing with the jiggers family, whereby we are going to spray to make sure that we come and kill all the jiggers. So guys, keep tuned, keep locked as we go there.
Very fine. Everything is nice.
Everything is fantastic.
So we have some of the chemicals here.
Yeah.
We're gonna be dealing with this kind of the house perpendicularly by unit time.
Yeah, sure.
And we're gonna be spraying much of the chemicals here, and we sort it out. Talk about this kind of the jiggers. We're gonna be dealing with them perpendicularly right now as we're gonna be speaking here. So already we are just putting everything in concern, and also I have to mask myself also, and make sure that I hold that one. Exactly. I'm part of the program to run it coming out, and also we have some of the gloves here. Gonna be dealing with the gloves perpendicularly here also, as the work should continue as per the way we have just realized how the things are gonna be coming. We have the surgical gloves. I hope this is this way. It was just a matter of the time I was not even capable of doing this kind of the work, but I could be the best. But in terms of cows, could be the best. When in terms of dealing with cows which are pregnant, could be the best. But due to unconditional circumstances of how the life is, and the people were just wearing this kind of the stuffs here, and you see a doctor wearing it, sure, and it comes to emergency, but no problem. Sort it out exactly. So everything is so nice. So already protected, and also her, also him. He has to make sure that he's gonna be protecting himself, and she's gonna be starting this kind of the work immediately. So we have an napkin sprayer there, and we have some of talk about the chemicals that we're gonna be using here. It's called a Carol disinfectant fluid. How do you use this one here?
Actually, that one I'm going to use small. I'm not going to use all of it.
Why can't you use a large quantity? So as
I'm going to use a large quantity, but not all of it.
Okay. Yes. So as we have to disinfect this kind of the stuff.
And also we mixed it too.
There's a stuff another, or there's another one.
Put a bit here.
Okay, it's eliminator. Yeah. It's called eliminator. So yeah, I can see some of the stuffs here. So guys, we are protecting ourselves to this kind of the position, and we handle this kind of the matter once and for all here. And already I can now see in this kind of the knapsack sprayer, already we have it mixed here. It's looking like creamy, and we're going to be getting inside. This is the packing, and I'm told that even outside here it's a bit of a problem, because we might be having the jiggers outside here also, and talk about we should be so punctual whenever we're going to be getting in. So already we have this kind of the sun. It's already coming here, so we can just deal with this kind of the house immediately. And this one tuk-tuk has already arrived, and I think I'm going to be having 2 of them coming, or 3, so we can just sort this kind of the work tomorrow once and for all. Even if it's today, we're going to be getting somebody who is so relevant at this kind of the position to handle it. So you can now see they're just pressing to make sure you're going to be getting inside here. That's how it's coming out.
I should make another one, but
no, that's enough. You have to.
It will kill despite it is
it's a
smelling.
Oh, it's smelling.
Okay. But no problem. They're not coming today.
They're not coming today. Yeah. Another hole. Yeah. Exactly.
There's a stick somewhere here.
Exactly. As is just mixing some of the chemicals there, and we are preparing ourselves to pick up. And this is the house that I got in, and including so many stuff inside here. And due to the fact that this kind of house, it's not that it's a bad house, but the problem that you're going to be encountering is it's having so much of the dust, and that dust is the one that is making this kind of the jiggers to multiply and get them not affected or so affectious to this kind of the people. So this way I got them, and you can see this kind of house is very
So actually, I want to steer it so that it makes properly.
And also after spraying all the walls, you have to understand how this kind of the house will be. As I'm going to be getting some of the top lessons. I don't want the people going to be coming here to talk about, oh, Jintu, I came there, I'm affected with this kind of the jiggers again. No, I want to prepare this kind of the way and spray it very fantastic. As you're going to be getting everything to be in touch. So you're going to be closing it up. Yeah, man. You have to shake?
I've already steered.
Oh, you have already started. You have to shake it before use. Yeah, exactly. It's also applying to the ladies. You have to shake it before use. Fantastic. So turn it around. Fantastic. So already we have Lucas the Traveler. Because he deals with the animals, so you have to be so particular about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Preparation. Is it working? Have you checked? Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, start from here. Start from here, man. No, let's go. No, let's go inside. Yeah. Disinfect a little bit from outside here. And this is why I got Mr. Magabo sitting at the first day. Yeah, he was ever sitting at this kind of the position here. So start with inside, then you come outside. Wow, it's so smelling, huh?
Yeah,
exactly. So guys, you disinfect as you get in. That will be so fantastic. Exactly. That way. That way. Get in, get in. Inside is now, hey, only God knows. Guys, the good fact about this is the hospital, there's a time they went to the hospital, then the hospital management, it sent much of the people to come here and disinfect this kind of the house. But the people who came to spray that kind of the chemicals, they were affected again with this kind of the jiggers. And they told me that, oh, Jintu, I cannot go back there. The hospital denied that they will not come here because much of the people are fearing this kind of the jiggers. So I've looked for the perfect way for us to handle it in a way that I've searched for Lucas the Traveler, because he does this kind of the works in terms of animals, and he's a vet, so he understands this kind of the jobs more meticulous. That's why we're going to be disinfecting this kind of the house the way it is here. Yeah. Spray it meticulously. All the walls everywhere. They were sleeping here. This is a sleeping position here. Here. Yeah. This is a sleeping position here.
What about this place?
The plates, we're going to be burning them.
Nothing is going to remain here.
Exactly. Nothing. Spray everywhere. The chemical is very toxic and it's very choking. The chemical is very choking. Hey. You might die inside there. But that's nature. We have some of the masks here, and it's very nice, and they're going to be making it happen. After he finished that kind of the work, I think we will be absolutely at a good position. Very happy in a way that now we can just get the plaster, and after finishing the plaster, Maharaga. At that kind of the spot, when they went to that kind of a facility, they were taken with the police, and they were just taken as a whole family, and they were subjected there. And when they reached there, they were being cut like meat, so they can just be, the jiggers could just be exposed out and getting out, be terminated from their legs. And when they were cut, they feared such kind of a facility, in a way that they were talking about, again, are we going to be getting to the same facility to be cut the way we were cut? Children are crying like something else, including the woman who was telling the doctors, why can't you even kill, or why can't you delete this kind of the young boys or the young lady? Talk about the children they were having, so they cannot hear such kind of the voice coming out, because you are traumatized, or you are getting it not well when you can have a son or a kid, whatever you are, and the kid is now crying very terrible, like you could hear, like, why can't you even delete this kind of the people and get out from this kind of the position, which is not the relevant. When they were taken back, they were gotten back here to the same house that they were removed from, whereby they never disinfected this kind of the house, and it was subjected to the same jiggers family that they left them here. Because when you are sitting somewhere, they tend to go down, or they tend to fall down, and some of them you carry them. So when you tend to go at a far edge, some of them that remain are many than the ones that are here. So which is causing much of the things. Whenever now they were returned back, they came to the same position. And again, those kind of the jiggers for our family again attacked onto them. Then another person saw them and they called the police again. Why are they affected the same position? They were taken to the same hospital that they are, and they were catered for that kind of the position with a nurse called nurse, village nurse. And again, they were a bit bisected, and it was a bit good. And they healed when they came out from there, like 3 days. Then they came back to the same house, whereby when I came to the third time to rescue them, I knew that I will change their own legacy in a way that the homestead, I'll change it into another thing. And at that kind of the rate, I can compare it and talk about when I took them, I told them that I'm going to be getting you out of this kind of the house, get to the hospital, disinfect the house, make it properly, then they come back. They refused. And I went the first day. It rained cat and dogs that day, and it rained the hailstones. Then I never succeeded to come back the same day. Then I came the following day. When I came, I found the mom. She was telling Mr. Magabo, who is the father, that, oh, I cannot go to the hospital. You understand what they did for us, and I cannot go there. Because the second time when they went to this kind of the hospital, it was only Mr. Magabo and the son, who is Ayub. But the mom and the young, talk about the young daughter, they had vanished. They were not around. They were in Tanzania. So when they came back again, they came and got this kind of the people they have healed. And this kind of the house was disinfected with the hospital management. But when those kind of the people again, they came from Tanzania, which is the mom and the daughter, they again came inside there, and again multiplication started again. That's why now I got them and I rescued them from here. And the second day, when I came now to take them to the hospital, they refused. That, oh, going to go and disinfect the house, leave us here, and nobody has pressurized you to take us. But I talked about this kind of the parents. They are not our initiative. They are not our project. Let us initiate of taking this kind of the young children out of this kind of the home. Even if I said it that day, like, if they don't want them, the parents, they don't want to go to the hospital, I decided that let me take this kind of the young children to the hospital. That was my main aim. So as if the parents are going to be denying it, I'm going to be talking about let me take the children. So I went to the police office and I reported and talked about, okay, we know them. Let's go and check. When we arrived here, we found the mom has already vanished with the young daughter, because she was talking about her again. I cannot go to the hospital to be bisected again. So we got her when we were searching for her. We got her like a kilometer from here already, and she was having jiggers. So it was like she was walking with much of the clothing onto there, and talk about onto her feet, which was a bit traumatizing to us in terms of that kind of the position she was, and carrying the baby onto the back, and the baby is crying, affected with jiggers, including the private parts who are suffering the most. And when now we got her with the police officers, I initiated and took them to the hospital. Then I came and I got the father, and the father got him here. And I talked about the woman has accepted to go to the hospital. So also you accompany me, we go to the hospital. He allowed me to go. Then we went there. Then they were subjected into the immediate operation. Talk about immediate services of the hospital in terms of the treatment. Then they were treated, and I initiated, because I am one of the people who understand how the hospital management is. And I talked to the management, and they said about, oh, Gintu, we can keep them here as they heal. And I decided to come and remain this kind of the house to make it proper. And at that kind of the point, much of the people talking about, oh no, Gintu, did they have their home? They have a plot. When I went to their plot, I found that that kind of the plot, it had been taken with much of the family members because of the condition they were. Because they cannot go and weed, they cannot do anything to produce their own stuffs like food or whatever they could just produce. But I talked about what am I going to do at this kind of the time. I decided, okay, let me have a contribution, like a GoFundMe for them to make sure they're going to be building them a house, which is a permanent. When I went to the plot that they are living, I found that somebody can lease at 100 shillings, a plot at 100 shillings. I was just traumatized. Is this the normal condition that we're going to be talking about, or it's just the talk about the condition they are maybe affected with the jiggers and that kind of the little problem? That's why people are going to be taking advantage. So at that kind of the rate, I took it to a further point of now starting the construction to their own site. Then after there, I now talked about, okay, let me go now and negotiate with the hospital about this kind of the bills, how I'm going to be paying this kind of the bills, or how am I going to do this kind of the things to come out. In a way that I was given 15 days to the hospital, and I will pay 10,000 per each head. And up to now, I've paid 10,000 in a way by I have a debt of 30,000, which is a deficit that you're going to be having, or to pay at that kind of the facility at this kind of the time. So after the 15 days they reached, They talked about again too, we need money. They have pressurized me up to right now. They are pressurizing still, talking about we need money so as they can just cater for them because they eat, they stay, they do whatever. So this kind of the money we are raising a bit to contribute for the house, a bit, you could talk about we're going to be getting them subjected to a cup so they can just make sure they're going to be getting them to the hospital. So at that kind of the rate, now they have healed completely. He's here, Mr. Magavu, can just see how he is. He's healed. And at this kind of the moment, now the mom has healed. Again, there's something that has come out, evolving in a way that she's now mentally confused or mentally challenged. Now she is distracting the property of the child. I'll talk about the property of the hospital. She doesn't need anybody. She's becoming wild in a way that you cannot pass where she is. And she's tying the daughter like, you think about it's a cow that's going to be slaughtered in a, talk about maybe in a butchery or whatever, in a slaughterhouse. In a way that up to the neck, they have been tied. And I think about yesterday when I went there, then she was about to run. Because right now she has healed. The legs have healed. Now she can run like a safari rally, and you cannot get her. And if the first time that I came to look for her, she ran and she was having the jiggers, and we got her 1 kilometer from here. What about she has healed right now? She will run like something else. And you think about like when you're going to be slaughtering a cow or a goat and maybe a chicken, and alternatively, it gets out of you. My friend, you cannot get it. That's how this kind of the lady was happening to be. In that kind of the manner, I decided to talk about let me not have much of the chaos because I cannot pay the window panes, I cannot pay for the distracted properties, I cannot pay for the hospital bills, I cannot pay for the food, I cannot pay for the medical. I'll die. How am I going to operate that kind of the things? I've decided without leaving them because they cost much of the traumatization, that kind of the facility in terms of mayhem. So I decided to come back to this kind of the house that they were. So as without having much of the things to operate on how to do this or how to do that, I've already brought this kind of the sand here, and also the cement is going to be coming here that we bought for the construction of their house. So as we can plaster this house and put a floor, as they're going to be staying here, it will be at least done the way it could be. Talking about okay, this kind of the house they list it. Mumepanga hapa, si ndio? Shilingi ngapi per month? 300 shillings per month. So that's the money. So you can compare 300 per month and paying to the hospital, because the hospital management is talking about 1,500 a day. So it means that per 10 days we are at 15,000. Is it correct? So at a month we will be in a 45,000. Is it? So 45,000 per month and compared to this 300 per month. So I've decided, let us come back, plaster this house, and let them come stay here. We're going to be purchasing some beds. Whoever going to be voluntary, talking about Gintu, we are at the same page. We are the same course. Let us operate here. Let us buy some beds and some mattresses so they can just operate from here. I don't think if foodstuffs, I think ready prepared foodstuff will be necessary for them. Because unajua kupika. Unajua kupika. Unaweza wapikia. Ama tutakuja tupate vyombo zinachomeka hapa nje. Kama nguo zinachoma. I'm asking if we are buying new clothes. New. And whenever you go there, they have already been made like strides. Talk about like ropes. So what about the utensils? We'll get them, maybe the knife, it has done the operation. Because the woman is now mentally, psychologically not stable. We'll find even the knives are doing the necessary, where they can just do. Because right now she's tying the daughter like something else. You think about it is a drum that's going to be hit in a party. Because even you see the neck is necking. You see the leg are legging. So what is the necessary here? We talk about this is a little bit of the affectious thing that we want to be protecting here. So the husband, now the problem, we have the husband here. Wewe mbona uwezi kumkataza asifanye hii?
Hata kama ukimkataza bado utamkataza, anaweza kubali kama ni kufunga mtoto labda ameacha. Ukienda shughuli zako
urudi,
bado amemfunga vile vile.
Na ukimweka wo
ukimweka wo bado ni yale yale.
Bado ni yale yale. So even if you beat her,
hiyo ni shida yenye ako nayo.
Na nikuulize, leo nataka utuambie shida ni gani? What's the problem between you and her and the children? Kwa sababu watoto hawana hatia. The children, they don't have any kind of the miscellaneous things to do with the parents. Maybe the parents, they know what they did from the past. What is interfering with them, they know themselves. But now what is interfering here, it's whereby now the children are the mostly affected people. And that's why I said even yesterday, if it's going to be possible, I'm going to be taking the children to the children's office so they can just be dealt with. So as the parents like Magabo and the wife, they will sit on themselves, cucumberize themselves again, because that's the only thing they can do already right now, because now they know what's the problem and countering themselves. And they're now getting it to the children. And the children, they don't have anything to do with this kind of the things. Children are just, how can I call it? They don't have anything to do with whatever they did in their past. And we are now subjecting the children into a mayhem. We are this kind of the people, they are just, their faith is still low. But what now the parents did, I don't know. And that's what we talk about. These are spiritual. Even if we talk about spiritual, praying for this kind of the people, even if we pray for them, my friend, yes, Magabo is a bit, he can work. He always come to the construction, his construction that we are doing. But now the wife is now the problem. And getting her to a psychiatric person who's going to be dealing with her own psychology, it's so expensive. Getting her to a rehab, so expensive also. But if you can just get a well-wisher, because right now I'm doing something like Good Samaritan. At this kind, I'm serving a Good Samaritanism here, and let then the Good Samaritan not be affected, because even yesterday it was a war. I got beaten. Even right now, even the hand is still a hand in here because the tooths are here. Two teeth. She bite me here, man. Yesterday, and it was like now when you're gonna be interfering again with the Good Samaritan, who's gonna be helping you? Nobody is responsible. Nobody gonna be coming out talk about. I have asked, and that's the fact. I have asked from talk about not even to the town, outside town of Nyamboanse. Please, can I have this kind of a room for this kind of, who are the people? Mr. Magavo. The Jigas family, please. I don't have you to distract my properties. I don't want them. That's what everybody's talking about. Even if the house is cheaper, even if you're going to be increasing the rent, you personally, that let them stay here, it will never work. Completely, I'm telling you, it will never work. Why? Because the woman is used, because the previous time they have been renting the house, even do you understand that they had a house? Where we are constructing a house, there was a house. And what happened to that house? They dug tunnels inside that house, including the house falling. And that is now what people are fearing. Like, are they going to be coming to my house and dig tunnels? You think about they're going to be doing a money heist. They're going to be getting a tunnel and go and steal something and come back. You think about that they're like now rats. They're going to be running inside the tunnel and coming back. So it was so traumatizing to much of the people. They say that they will demolish the houses. And I was saying, when they have stayed here for a while, they have done nothing to this house. So I think their hearts and their souls are lying here. So let me do this kind of the house, finish it, and let them stay here, as I'm going to be doing the other project of the construction of the house more meticulously. From the position they will be migrating to this country. I was given 2 days to evacuate them from the hospital, because the management is fed up with what they are doing. In terms of, you cannot now start destructing the properties, burning whatever is there. Who gave her the matchbox? Nobody knows. Where did she get a matchbox? She's now burning clothes one on one, and you cannot go there to tell her leave it or don't do it. You receive fire without smoke. You will be lit, you personally. So it's something like they have cost something like talk about people, whoever, even the patients who are in the hospital, they cannot come to the side that they are living, because they talk about, oh, I can get the woman is wild. I can get some nankos there, and what can happen? Whom are you going to cry to? And why did you go there? And who sent you to that position? So it will be like we are causing to the hospital again to lose much of the patients who are offering them to make sure that the facility moves on. And we don't want to reach there. We don't have that kind of much money to pay for everything here and there. So that's why we've decided to come back at this kind of the course, rest our courses here, and talk about this. We're going to be coming. Uko sawa tukirudi hapa?
Yeah.
You are good to go?
Yeah.
The husband is the head of the family. Whatever woman will talk about, we will tie her and we will deal with her perpendicularly in a way that we're going to just subject her to the police office. So she's ever fearing the police officers. And I think about even getting the children out of them, it will be that way. We will have to take her somewhere and take the children, so they can just make sure that, because even Ayub is a small boy, and he's a brilliant boy, and is now acting like he's now becoming good, and even the body is coming, even he has healed. And Ayub is the only son who is running from whenever the mom is talking about, oh, Ayub, come here, I tie you. Ayub is outside. He always run out. And that mom now feels like, why is Ayub acting that way? Because she started talking about, oh, we have rented in that kind of the hospital, and some of the nurses are coming who are so pretty, and Mr. Magabu is now looking at the nyashes. So such kind of the stuff, the way you're going to be talking about here. So the woman knows what she's doing. And are you interested with the nurses there? Unaonaje wale manasi wako fit? Wako sawa? Mr. Magabu is so factual. A little bit, guys. That's the nature. Eh? So sometimes you can see, whenever I said this kind of the story once, like if you go to a certain position, like the way we are here, we subjected, we be put at the same house like the house Mr. Magabu is living. Then we are told, or somebody like me, I will be told, these are the family you're going to be catering for. Maybe those kind of the people are going to be taken care of. They are mothers, or talk about mothers of 70s and above. You get 70, 75, 78, up to 8 or 90. Do you know that whenever I'm just rotating there, I'm eating, I'm satisfied. I'll talk about, but this of 75, she's looking pretty than these ones that are here. Because there's no, you cannot go out. You have been subjected there for like 3 months. My friend, you will select this one here. Looks awesome. Even if she's 70 or 80, you think about this is more different than others. That's the nature of a man. So to Mr. Magabu here, he has, now the stomach is full. Now he is checking out, hey, this kind of the nurse is coming, the nurse is booming. I wish I knew my wife could be having the one. So that's the nature of a man. We have to, so the woman is now complaining. And let me take them back to this kind of the position. Maybe that's what is causing her to be wild. Like Mr. Magabu now is looking at the ladies in third eye. And sometimes Mr. Magabu is also in the construction. He's not always in the hospital. Maybe it's one thing that are making her to be wild a bit and talk about maybe how the things are coming. And that's the nature. So whenever we're going to be coming here, we'll see if you're going to be supporting us, support us with whatever small we're going to be having, to buy a mattress, to buy a bed, and also some 2-3 utensils, and also get them to this kind of the position, as Magabu will be taking the course. He will now be in the catering and accommodation practices to make sure that you're going to be making it happen. He's the man. He has to deal with it. If we see it persists, we're going to be grabbing the sons and the daughter out of them. And that is the factual thing that we're going to be coming out at this kind of the point. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. I'm going to be back to you in a short while after checking how the things are coming out. And this is the beginning.